Hello students of class 8. Already in my previous lecture I have discussed some properties of a square number. I have started the new chapter, that is squares and square roots, chapter number 3. So in which I have discussed up to property number 6. So now today I will discuss from property number 7. So property number 7 is the number of numbers between any two consecutive square numbers is twice the square root of the first number. That means what we have to do? First of all, you have to take two consecutive square numbers. So what are two consecutive square numbers? Suppose I will take 1 because 1 square is 1. So 1 square is a square number, and next I will take 2 square, that is 4. So between these two you have to take the two consecutive square numbers. So this is 1 and 4. So I have the two consecutive square number. You know what is the meaning of consecutive? That means one after another. So here 1 is the first square number and 4 is the second. That means consecutive of 1 is what? 4. So this is a square number. So how many numbers are present between them? 2 and 3. That means after 1 we have 2 and 3. That means two numbers. So this number they are talking about this number. So how many numbers are there? Total 2 numbers are present between two consecutive square numbers. So this is written in this property. So how will you find the total numbers between any two consecutive square number? What is the formula given? Formula is given twice the square root of the first number. Twice means 2 times. 2 times the square root of the first number. So here what is the first number? 1. Okay. So what is the square root of 1? You have to check. So here we have to again what to do? What is means 1, you are finding 1, and 1 is square of which number? 1. So that means we can say square root of 1 is what? 1. For example, I want to find the square root of 36. So what will be the square root of 36? You have to go in reverse. That means you have to see that 36 is square of which number? You have to check. So 36 is the square of which number? 6. That means square root of 36 is 6. Okay. So like this, square root of 1 is what? Square root of 1 square is 1. Okay. So here what is written? 2 times. You have to do 2 times the square root of the first number. So here square root of the first number, this is here it is 1. So you have to do 2 times of this number, that means 2 into 1. You will get what? 2. Okay. This will remain constant, means you have to do 2 times. Always you have to do 2 times. But this number will change because in every two consecutive numbers, the first number will be what? A different one. Suppose this one, this one we are getting what? 2. So here see 1, 2. There are two numbers between two consecutive square numbers. Similarly, let us take another example. We will take another example. Suppose I will take first is we have 36. 36 is a square number. And next I will take what? 49. So these are the two square numbers, and this is the square of what? 6, and this is the square of 7. Okay, these are the two consecutive square numbers, and between them how many numbers are there? I will not count now. Just I will apply this formula. So what is the formula? Twice, that means 2 times 2 into the square root of the first number. So what is my first square number? 36. And what is the square root of 36? It is what? 6. So 2 into, what I will do? 2 into 6. Because 36, the square root of 36 is what? 6. So I have to put that number. So 6, that means 2 6 are what? 12. So now I will count my, this multiplication is correct or not, my formula is correct or not. I will check it now. So after 36, we will have 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48 and 49. So you can check now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we don't have to write 49 because 49 is written. You have to see, you have to count. There are total 12 numbers. So our calculation is correct. Okay. So there are total 12 numbers between these two consecutive square numbers. So like this you can take any other example and you can check whether you are correct or not. Okay, so this is the formula. That means you have to do what? 2 times of the square root of the first number. So this is about property 7. Next come to property number 8. So next property is property number 8. What is given in the property? See, I will not write the statement. The statement are in book. See, there are some triangular numbers which is shown in your book. So first number we have 1. That is, it's called a triangular number. Then 3 is a triangular number because we are putting 1, 2, 3, 3 dots and they are written in like a triangle position. Okay, like a triangle we have put the dots. So it forms a triangle. Similarly, see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots are there. So by using 6 dots, again one triangle is formed. Similarly, by using these 10 dots, I have formed another triangle. So these are called triangular numbers. Okay, triangular numbers. So see in book it is written after property 8. This is written 1 equal to 1. Term number 1. What is the meaning of term number? Here only one number is there. That's why term is only one term. Only one term. Okay, that is called term because only one number is there. Similarly, next 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. 1 plus 2 means here it is 1, then here it is 1, 2. That means 2. So how will we write? 1 for this plus 2. 2 for the next line. That means next 2 dots. So this is equal to what? 3. Similarly, here 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to what? 6. So here the number of terms are 2. Here there are 2 terms. Here we have 3 terms. Similarly, here the number of terms is what? 4. Okay. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is equal to 10. So number of terms is equal to 10. So this is called the triangular number. So what is the property? We have to write a property. We have to make a conclusion by seeing this. See, what will be the conclusion? Conclusion is you have to take 2 consecutive triangular numbers. 2 consecutive triangular numbers means one after another. So if I will take the first triangular number, I am taking 3, then next I have to take 6. So what is 3 plus 6? You have to add 3 and 6. 3 plus 6 is equal to what? And 9. And 9 is a square of what? 3. 3 square is equal to what? 9. So what is this 3? See, this 3 belongs to this triangle. Okay, and where is 3? 1, 2, 3. That is the highest term. See here, we are taking the 2 consecutive triangular numbers. The 2 consecutive triangular numbers are 3 and 6. We are adding these 2 numbers. We are getting 9. 9 is a square of 3. And here you can easily see the highest term. The highest term is here is what? 3. Means we are having highest dots. Where is our highest dots? Highest dots is equal to 3. Okay. That is written in bold letter. You can see in page number 41. It is written if n is a positive number, the sum of nth and n plus 1th. Nth means what? Nth means this is nth. Okay. And this is n plus 1th. Means this is more than 1. This is my first consecutive number and this is my second consecutive triangular number. So the 2 consecutive triangular numbers I am taking, and when I am adding it, I will get 9, and 9 is what? 9 is a square of 3. Okay, and square of 3 I will get from this means 6. In 6 we have the highest term, that is 3. Okay, so this is the conclusion from this property. Next property is Pythagorean triplets. So already we have studied Pythagoras theorem in our previous class. So from that only this property belongs. So what is Pythagorean triplets? That means we will take 3 squares, okay, 3 numbers, 3 square numbers. And what happened to these 3 square numbers? When we add 2 square numbers, then the addition of the 2 square number belongs to the third number, okay, third square number. For example, 3, 4, 5 are called Pythagorean triplet. So group of 3, 4 and 5 are called Pythagorean triplet. The reason is 3 square plus 4 square is equal to 5 square. You can check. This is 25, this is 9 and this is 16. So 9 plus 16 is what? 25. So this is called Pythagorean triplet. Similarly, you have more examples here. So next is property number 10, 11 and 12. And these three properties is having an expression, and this expression is true for any value of n. It is written. So if you put any value of n, when suppose in 10 or 11 or 12, the left hand side part will be equal to the right hand side part. So that is very simple. You can put values and you can check easily. There are some examples you can also do. So I am not doing it. So next come to property number 13. So what is 13? Property number 13. To find the square of a 2-digit number with units digit as 5. So this is property number 13. So there is a special technique. You can find square of a number if its unit place is what? If its unit place is 5. For example, 35 square. So what you have to do in first step? For example, I have to find the square of 35. What I have to do? First of all, I have to square the unit digit. This is the step 1. So 5 square will be what? 25. First of all, I have to square the units place of the number, that will be 25. I have to write it down. Okay, this I have to write it down. And then in next step, what I have to do? I have to take the tens digit place number. So in tens place we have 3. So you have to multiply 3 with the next number. Means after 3 what number comes? 4. So you have to multiply 3 with 4. You will get what? 12. So what you have to do? You have to write the number. So what will be the number? C. So after what we are getting, means in step 2 we are getting 12. So we have to write 12. Then after that in step 1 what we got? 25. So this is 1, 2, 2, 5. This will be the square of what? 35. So that is the simplest way of finding. Or you can say this is a technique, simple technique. You can easily find the square of a number if the unit place is 5. Okay, you should remember that unit place is 5. You cannot apply these things to any other number. You should apply in case of this type of number in which unit place is 5. Okay, so this much is the property. So read these properties and try to remember all the properties what we have discussed. So next come to exercise 3.2. So first question is you have to observe the unit digits and state which of the following are not perfect square. Already I have discussed in my previous lecture that we can check that a number is a square number by checking the unit place, that is ones place of that number. So you can check it and you can write that which one is not a perfect square. So you can do it in book itself. So which one is not a perfect square, you have to tick that number. Okay, next come to question number 2. Write down the digits of the following squares. So here you don't have to find the square number, only you have to write the unit place. Remember, I am telling you many times that which is asked in the question directly you have to answer them. Don't answer extra. Okay, what it is means what they are asking, you have to give that much answer. Okay, don't write extra or don't write less. Okay, write to the point. So what is given here? What is given in the question? 78 square in first number. So in answer you have to write unit place of 78 square. You can write like this: unit place of 78 square is equal to, which one is the unit place? In unit place what is the number? See, 78 square, that means 78 into 78. So unit place will be what? 4. Because whenever we multiply 8 You know, we have already done. When you multiply 8 with 8, we will get what? 4 in the unit place, because 8 is a 64. Already we have discussed these things, okay, in properties. So next, come to question number 2. In question number 2, this was one number and this is 2 number. 33 square, that means 33 into 33. So like this, you don't have to write these things. Just write, in answer you have to write like this. Unit place or ones place or unit digit of 33 square. Write like this and write 9. Finish. Okay. Next, come to question number 3. State the number of digit in the square of the following. Here you have to state the number of the digit in the square of the following. Already we have discussed in previous lecture in the properties we have discussed. So you have to find the number of digits. See, in 72 square, what is the number of digits? There are 2 digits, so you have to check. You have to see how many digits will come in the square of that number. You know how to find it. Okay, I will do one question. So question number 3, see one number. Okay, one number. So the answer is like that. Here the number of digits in 72 is equal to 2. So as 7 and 2, there are 2 digits present. So therefore, number of digits in 72 square. We have the formula from property 5, that is 2n minus 1, or it will be what? 2n. So in place of n you have to put what? The total number of digits. We have 2 digits, so 2. In place of n you have to put 2. So 2 to the 4 minus 1, that will be 3, and this is what? 4. So now if you want to write the correct answer, that is total number of digits, then you have to go to the lowest number, means lowest tens number, and that is the lowest. You have to write that number that will be closest to 72, and that should be a multiple of 10. Okay, write a smallest number. For example, if I write 70, because 70 is closest to 72 and it is a multiple of 10. So the square of 70 is how much? It is what? We can easily do the 70 square because it is very easy. See, we will get what? 4900, because 7 7s are 49 and this is 10 into 10 will be 100. So here we are having 4 digits. So see, if 70 to 70 have 4 digits, so then 72 square will be how much? How many digits will be there? Yes, there will be what? 4 digits. So you can write like this. This will be also correct. And if you want to write the correct answer, you can write that is 4. But you have to check like this. I have told you have to check like that. You have to go to the nearest multiple of 10 and you have to see the lowest, okay, less than 72, not more than 72. You have to check for less than 72, because if it is if 4 digits are there in a number less than 72, then for 72 it will be also what? 4. Okay. The next question I have taken, that is question number 4. So in question number 4 you have to add these numbers, but you can't add it directly, you have to apply some property. So as we have studied, we have discussed the property number 6. In property number 6, what we have got, that if we add the consecutive odd numbers, then the answer will be what? Answer will be a square number, but in base what you have to write? This will be a square number. In power it will be 2, but what is in base? In base you have to count the total number of terms. So how many number of terms are present? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That means 8 square. The answer will be what? 64. You can also check directly by directly adding these numbers, but we are having the property, so we will use that property. Already it is written. You can't add the numbers directly, you have to apply the property. So we are applying here the property. Okay, like that you can do the rest of the question. Next question is the reverse of the question number 4. That is, you have to express this square numbers. You have to express this square number as the expansion of addition of consecutive odd numbers. So I have written I have written, see, from starting from 1, because it is written here, you have to start from 1 and you have to go up to 13. Why I have go up to 13? I am going up to 13. Why? Because I have to go up to 7 number of terms, because here it is written 7 square. Okay. So 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 11 plus 13. Total number of terms is equal to 7.